Hello and welcome to Move the Line Prop Drop Show presented by DraftKings Sportsbook. I'm Ryan Noonan back with my friends Connor Allen, John Hyslop to talk about the best way, the most profitable way to bet on NFL football, and that is through player props. We're going to be here live throughout the season, 3 p.m. Eastern every Friday on the 4for4 Bets YouTube channel. Here to take your questions, here to build $1 million parlays and talk about player props. If you're hanging out with us now on YouTube, jump in the chat. Let us know what your favorite look is for week 8 at this point. Connor, what's going on?
Yeah, not a whole lot. Thankfully, out of wedding season for the most part. So that's nice. But it's Halloween weekend. So, we got a bunch of fun stuff to do this weekend. I got a great costume courtesy of Rahul. I'm going to be the Dunkings commercial from the Super Bowl last year. He hooked me up with one of those track suits, with the whole thing and like the bucket hat. So pretty hyped about that. Should be a good weekend.
Slop, you're, in the New England area. You probably get your hands on a Dunking Dunking costume.
Yeah, they give them away at the every Dunkin' Donuts. They're handing them out.
Yeah, you buy 20 Munchkins and get yourself a coffee culatata.
Yep,
get yourself
you get 2 for that.
Yeah, what's going on, buddy?
Just living the dream, man. I'm getting ready for Halloween too. But is this Halloween weekend?
Slop, I was about to say that. I was going to be like, you and I, parents. We're just thinking about Halloween next week. We're not thinking about being like in our 20s and like getting in costumes and partying.
That's true.
Keeps us young. So
yeah. Okay.
I think both
things. I'm in the kid game. So we're thinking about next Thursday as parents, we have an entire weekend of non-Halloween stuff to do this weekend, and then we get to Halloween. So so inevitably there's going to be costume changes last second that we somehow got to figure out. Somebody's going to put on something for the first time at 5:00 on Halloween, and it's not going to fit. And there's there, like those are all things that happen next week, though.
Real things.
Yeah.
I heard there's I don't know. You could dispel these rumors. Apparently, there's going to be a slop coin.
I'm hoping. I need to raise some capital. And I saw on Twitter that some other cappers were raising capital like that. They made pretty good money. And
it turns out you can really make some money.
Maybe a slop coin might be in order to maybe I could raise some capital. But we'll see.
Connor, any thoughts on this subject that has been brewing in the gambling Twitter / sports Twitter cycle here for people that may not know what's going on?
Yeah, let's say for those who aren't aware, Taylor Mathis, the queen of, well, actually not the queen of walking bets, but she took that from someone else technically. But
that's Lucy's.
That's Lucy's. Yeah. Shout out to
Lucy's. Which actually, I know you guys are friends, but I thought it was hilarious that she's now dunking on Taylor Mathis for this whole thing, which is, she's like saying like, oh, I knew she was a bad person just for doing the same betting thing as her. That to me, give me a fucking break. I mean, that is ridiculous.
If you know her, she is just trolling the shit out of that's how
she's doing
rolls.
A great job.
Yeah.
I saw it and I was like, this is hilarious. I was like, this is good. This is rich.
I'll be honest with you. I don't think she even thinks about the other one too much at all. Like I tried to get them on the Thunderdome both together.
Yeah.
Just because I thought that would be funny or whatever. But I mean, like she was up for. I mean, they both really kind of were, but like I don't know. It's more of a troll from her end.
If you had them on the Thunderdome,
that's my take on it.
Would they have both like had to be walking at the same while doing the show? Is that like a prerequisite?
We were gonna get to that. I was more trying to get them in the door first, and then what I'm saying. So. I hadn't really thought too much about it. Maybe I was going to be walking. I mean, who knows? You know what I mean?
Oh, man. Yeah.
I don't jiggle as much when I walk. So,
yeah.
The indoor standstill walking ones were a little much for me, but it's, she's got a bit, and I respect her leaning into her bit.
I want her going to the other way, I think. I was thinking, you know what? Just go back to walking. Just walk. It's fine. But whatever.
Yeah. It's cold in Boston.
It's fun to talk about.
Yeah. I mean,
because gambling can get boring whenever you get too far into the weeds of like the nuts and bolts and the stats. You know what I mean?
Sure.
You got to have maybe some of this going on too.
Yeah. And I love, don't love, but so for those of you who aren't aware, the TLDR on the Taylor meme coin thing is some crypto people reached out. They're like, we're starting a meme coin of you. and it blew up. It had like a $6 million market cap somehow. Don't really know how it's possible, but whatever. So then she's like, okay, well, I'll get involved if you guys give me 2% of the coin. They gave her 2% of the coin. She's like, oh yeah, I'm going to support this. Realized that the group promoting it was like, I don't know. I mean, it wasn't for her. I don't think she fully understood what it was. I don't think she fully understood like what was going on. So she had already posted her wallet address. And then one night was just like, all right, I'm done. She sold it without telling anyone, thinking that no one would notice. They already knew which wallet it was. So they saw that she sold it, the coin that it was. And so then people got really mad, obviously dumped the coin and were like freaking out. And we're like, oh, the price plummeted. She made like 27 grand off this. And so, where it looks bad is that she rebought the coin this morning or yesterday morning for like pennies on the dollar. I don't think it was to make more money. I think it was legitimately because she was like, oh man, I shouldn't have done that. Like
she felt bad, probably.
She felt bad about it. But now she's bragged about doing that, which looks like fraud or securities. Like basically like that's illegal. Like that's like a pump and dump. Like you can't really do that. So, I mean, I don't know if she's going to go to jail or whatever. Like I'm sure some people, if they really want to come after her, maybe they could, cause some issues, but how she got herself into this, she lost her deal with DraftKings. She took that out of the bio. I'm assuming she's fired. Talk about just letting the crypto bros like completely ruin your career. I mean, that's just what a disaster.
Yeah, that
tweets are all blocked, right? She's kind of, everything's private there. Yeah, probably for safety reasons.
She hasn't tweeted anything. I follow her. Like, there's no tweets or nothing. It's just from yesterday. I thought the fun tweets were like I like sports. It's just like I'll just tweet something and then like it'll just whatever. But no, I don't think you can go to prison for that because I don't think this is like too regulated. I think there's something. I don't know. Like I just don't think you can go. I think it's just bad. Like. I don't know, just a bad look more than anything, which is probably even worse. Like, you know what I mean? It's not like you can, like,
I don't know, like, you can kind of juggle an online bad look for $27K without any repercussions. It's like plenty of people are willing to do a lot less for free and have bad looks. She at least got $27K out of it.
Yeah.
So, wild.
Yeah, I mean, it's just that I don't know. I don't even think she knew what she was doing. Like, I'd be honest with you. Everyone's like, "Oh, dude, you got us." Blah blah blah. I am 99% sure she has no idea what she was doing.
Some of my friends went to like high school with her and her family down in Central Illinois, and they are just thinking this is like the biggest riot ever. Like they are dying laughing because they're like, this girl has no idea what's going on. Like, she's a nice girl, just has no clue, straight up no clue what's going on.
That is awesome. Yeah, what are you gonna do?
Had to touch on it.
Caught up in a crypto fraud scheme. You know what I mean?
Who hasn't
been there, man?
I mean, like, who are we to throw stones? But I don't know, it's funny to watch. I mean, as long as it's not like you know what I mean? I don't know. Shout out DraftKings.
Yeah.
Joe, nice work.
Yeah. You got a little bit more budget to work with. They freed up some funds. So we'll have some more graphics and stuff coming on the show here soon. Things are changing. Just wild times as always. So appreciate you guys hanging out with us again. Jump in the chat. Let us know what your favorite week 8 look is. You want to find the podcast form, Move the Line wherever you listen to podcasts. You can check that out again. You want to be on YouTube though. It's the best chance to get price and number. A lot of these things move pretty quickly. Oftentimes that's because Connor and I are putting these into our Discord for our subscribers at 4 for 4 first. We want to reward our folks for taking care of us. If you want to get in to the Discord, lots of great ways to do it. The best way right now is through our friends over at Rebet. Rebet is a sweepstakes site, sportsbook. They have another prop builder type element where you can, you need another sportsbook, you need more outs. You can take advantage of it. Use promo code HIGHSLOP. Is the best way for you to get advantage right now. Download Rebet, sign up with promo code HIGHSLOP, buy $10 of Rebet cash, which is just $10. It's what they use in the sweepstakes world there. And you're going to get an email of how to access 4 for 4 for a month. Get everything that we do there, literally everything for an entire year. NBA is off to a fantastic start. So you want to grind NBA props with us as well. You'll get that along with a month of High Slops Dub Club. So that's it for $10. So download Rebet, promo code HIGHSLOP, take advantage of that deal. It is an insane value. I know some of you have already. I'm sure you've been reaping the rewards. I know Slop gets into the NBA streets as well. So definitely take advantage. Just not a better deal out there right now. You can just go right now. We have another promo code tip off for half off. That's $62. That's a sick deal too. It's 6 times more than the high slop deal. Take advantage. Rebet promo code high slop. Great stuff. All right.
I can't even believe we're doing that.
It's insane. $10.
I was thinking about it yesterday. I was like, that's insane.
Yeah.
You don't even pay. Like, you put it in your account. You like, so like, you don't pay anything.
Yeah, it's $10.
You can actually make money.
Yeah,
correct.
Everybody wins. I don't get it, but I like it.
Reach out if you have any specific questions. You should be taking advantage of this deal. A lot of you listen to the show. Not enough of you are taking advantage of the deal. Yeah, you're going to get some freebies here too. We're all betting a lot more stuff. Tackles are going in there. Slop's betting a lot more. All his different ladders and same game parlays. Connor bangs out like a dozen unders. They don't typically come here on the show. Those go out a little bit, different times. Killing it with those too, along with all the other team at 4-4. A lot of people. So again, $10, great deal. All right, guys. Let's jump into it. Week 8, live lines, no stale bread, things you can bet on right now. Connor, floor is yours. First play, week 8.
Sweet. I'm going back to a play that I had last week that lost, but I think it's still good. Michael Pittman under 49.5 receiving yards. They played in week 1. He had 31 receiving yards, despite Anthony Richardson throwing for 212 passing yards in that game. And Josh Downs not playing. Colts probably have Jonathan Taylor returning, which means even potentially less passing volume than we've seen. And to be honest, like Pittman got there last week, but there were like 3 plays where he was just like wide open because it was zone and he just kind of sat in there and ran. I mean, he looks like Jason Witten running out there. He is like, he's 2 weeks removed from like a back problem. He looks like legit bad. And so I think all these factors here, like 50 yards for me is just way too high. He's going to see probably 4 or 5 targets. 2 of them are going to sail over his head. The other 2, we just got to hope he doesn't connect on. So I know that you're probably not here for the Anthony Richardson slander, but I think this should be closer to like 40 yards instead of 49.
It's tough. It's tough. Again, I want to remind folks, got about 8.5, 9 starts here from Anthony Richardson. Collectively with the college starts, we're looking at about 15 starts. Okay. It's not over yet. I'm holding out hope. Played Anthony Richardson rushing this week. I love that play, 39.5 yards. But yeah, the passing game stuff is not great. This is double dip because I'm an Anthony Richardson and a Michael Pittman guy, and Connor's stating facts that disparage both. Slop, I don't know if you heard anything. He did say under in there. I don't know if you caught that or if you just kind of dozed off.
Yeah, I didn't hear the rest. I heard under, and I was like, all right, that's my cue. I'm out.
That's fair.
I'll be honest with you. I would never take that over. So if there's that, you know what I'm saying? That's my best
win.
I could get.
That is a slop seal of approval.
You just cross that right off. Like there's no chance I'm taking any Colt receiver or quarterback or anything like that. So I'm kind of in.
That's an endorsement, though. What do you got, buddy? What's your first one here?
All right, so it's kind of got nuked. That sucks, but I would still do it anyways. We could go up to 60 on this. Hang on, I'm gonna get you the best price, best possible price. 60 plus receiving yards for my guy Cedric Tillman plus 255.
Oh yeah,
I feel like that's right. I mean, dude, he's kind of good. All right, I've been following this kid since Tennessee. All right, so I know him. You know what I mean? Like
right.
I know him. All right. He finally has a job now because Amari Cooper no longer has a job in Cleveland. But what people are forgetting is this isn't even about Cooper or any of that. This is about Jameis. Like, this guy actually has a quarterback throwing him passes now. And Jameis will throw anybody. He'll throw me a deep route. Like, he just will. That's how he rolls. So this is his receiver outside now. That's him, Cedric Tillman. So he's going to get multiple looks downfield. That team's probably going to get beat, not bad, but like they should be trailing the whole time. Just the Ravens. The Ravens give it up to the outside receivers like it's their job. I mean, they can stop the run. So Chubb's out. Now you just got to throw it. There's not a better guy in the NFL than I want than Jameis Winston just throwing balls. Because even if they start playing from ahead, he'll throw a couple picks to get Baltimore back in it. You know what I mean? The thing, it's never going to be a time where the Browns just sit on the ball. And 60 yards, that is nothing. I mean, that's nothing. We're at 255. Come on, guys.
Connor, I know you have thoughts here. Played some Some Jameis. I tailed you in some Jameis stuff here. It was one of your first plays of the week here. Anything to add to Slop's Tillman thoughts here?
No, I mean, that was my first play of the week. Over 220 passing yards from Jameis was it. I set alerts on Gambly. I was literally like, Jameis Winston props, when do they drop? Ravens missing Marlon Humphrey. Slop did a great job breaking down the rest here. I also played with Dalton. So every week, Dalton and I play some like random alts and like derivatives. We played like Cedric Tillman 170 yards, Jameis 300 yards, and Njoku 100 yards. That was 150 to 1. I don't know how, but we went to DraftKings. I tried typing in at Caesars and it was like 20 to 1. I don't know what it's at now, but any combination of those three guys, I think overs and alts are very much in play this week against the Ravens team that, like, I could see Jameis starting slow. I could see them probably trying to run the ball, just being stubborn, and then they fall down like 14 points, and then Jameis in the second half throws for like 250, just because they're throwing the entire time. I mean, the Ravens have allowed, 4 quarterbacks to throw for 350 plus passing yards, and they're like shitty quarterbacks, like not good quarterbacks. So I'm excited for that game. It'll be a massive letdown if Jameis doesn't do anything. I'm not going to lie, not make or break my week, but maybe my spirit and my soul, like I'd be really sad to see him do poorly here.
Can I get one bonus bet, because it's
bonus
bets. It's Cedric Tillman 5+ receptions. Got that at plus 280 at
Nice.
Caesars. It's plus 250 now. That feels like it's going to happen. He does run deep routes, so that's kind of why you want to go yards. But at the same time, he was running all of them, dude. Like, he was running the short routes too. So I think if you want to do Elijah Moore 4+ receptions, that underneath stuff, I think he can probably get there. Jerry Jeudy, I mean, I would not ever play him, but if you wanted to, you could. And Njoku, literally all those guys are in play for receptions. So, because their receptions totals are so suppressed, it's not even funny. Like, you can get like 3 of them all for plus money for 4+ receptions. Like, dude, 2 of those guys are catching 4 balls.
Yeah.
I love it. I mean, and we had talked about it. I wanted it. And I was driving for a chunk of time when like the conversations internally were going back and forth about it. And I was super happy that it was still available. I can get into some Jameis when I was, safe driver. I was able to park the car and see them, like, oh, it's still there. It's hot.
All right. You want to know a funny story? Yesterday, I'm sitting on this because FanDuel doesn't have their alts, and I wouldn't allow myself to bet any alts until I saw what they were going to come out with for 3.5, because they had 2.5 for Tillman at minus 150. Everybody else was at 3.5, like plus 120. So I was like, dude, we're going to get like plus 150 for 4 receptions. And then I was in the group chat on Twitter, and somebody brings up Tillman, like, dude, one of you fantasy guys are going to tweet this shit out. And, and I was like, please just let the line come out first, and then we can hit it, and then you guys go nuts. But I was figuring you guys were definitely at least aware of, like, the pricing here is not great.
Oh yeah. Also too, I want to give a quick shout out to Monotone, who did play this Tillman prop, and he had a good stat here that it was like his first read target share was 31% last week, I believe, without Cooper.
Is that good?
I think that's pretty good from what I've heard. And he was running more of the route tree too. He put like one of those little like route charts with all the little lines. I don't know. I thought it was a great write-up. So we're all in. Again,
I wrote an article, and it just got published probably 17 minutes ago, it says. And in that article is Monotone, is that tweet where I guess he asked somebody for the route tree, and the guy gave it to him. And this route tree literally has every route you could possibly run on it. Like, everyone. Like, he runs all of them. So it's like, this is, I don't know.
It's an actual tree.
Yes, it literally is a tree. Like, it's ridiculous. So yeah, I can't stress enough how much I like this bet. If you want to just get soft, you could go 3 or 4+ receptions pretty much anywhere for plus money. And I mean, I would be shocked if Tillman does not catch 4 balls like that. That would be shocking.
I need to add more Cedric Tillman. I just don't have. I don't have enough.
I don't have enough Tillman either. I just got down on the Jameis stuff too. So yeah, it's a good look. I mean, 221 at open, I thought was a pretty hot look. All right, first one. Connor's in this with me. Talked about it a little bit earlier. This one's it's gone down like 2 yards since we first talked about it too, which I don't know, really struggling to try to understand that. I think I actually have an understanding of why people think the game is going to bottom out because Bryce Young is the quarterback on the other side for the Panthers. But Troy Franklin, over 27 and a half receiving yards. This is it's out there all over the place. 28 and a half on FanDuel, 29 in Caesars, but MGM, DraftKings, Builder, Rivers, 365 all have 27 and a half. We're going to ladder this bad boy up as well. I'm going to play DraftKings has the best price for these 40 plus 190, 50 plus 330. He had 50 last week. Ran a route on 68% of the dropbacks. It's about what he did the week before too. It was a big step forward the last 2 weeks. And now we have unfortunate, but his teammate was shot and is on IR, and luckily I think he's going to be okay. So I mean to make light of it, but opportunity to be had for Troy Franklin to continue to maybe see upwards of 70-75% of the snaps here against a really bad Carolina team. Shower narrative. You shout out to Levitan, Bo Nix and Troy Franklin, teammates at Oregon. They've been in the shower together.
Yes.
That bond, you can't break that, right? Like, nope. It's a strong situation. So, yeah, I mean, this was like 29 and a half, and I thought it was a banger. We dropped down to 27. And again, I think it's because people think what ceiling is there with, anything Detroit passing related, having to push this game. But Franklin's a big play dude. I mean, he can literally hit this with one catch for us, and we're cooking with gas on a big play. So, absolutely love this, and want to ladder it up to at least 50. Anything you want to add, Connor?
No, I mean, I'm probably gonna play more. I mean, honestly, like they're looking at right now, 70 plus is plus 900. I mean, on DraftKings, that is, I mean, 70 yards. I mean, seems like a lot, but like, I don't know. I don't think it's that crazy for a guy that 100% route win rate last week. I mean, what an absolute dog. I mean, that's like
100% Slop. Did you see that PFF grades? He got open on every route he ran.
Basically all of them.
That's crazy to me. So yeah, that's awesome. If we get any, I mean, we're not going to get any pushback. I don't even know why I'm talking about that. Doesn't matter. If he gets there in the first like 30 attempts, they've been passing the ball a bunch regardless, right? Like that's the thing, is their pass rate of expectations high. Cortland Sutton is like very clearly just a misfit in this offense. So I think legit like Franklin and Devon Vele would not surprise me to be kind of like the number 1 and 2 targets here going forward. And then Sutton sprinkles in, but again, like we only need couple 3-4 targets here, and I think we can get over this number, and then 4 to 5 targets or a big one, and we're cooking with gas.
Yeah, caught all 5 of his targets last week. So yeah, I think it's 27 and a half is just too short. And yeah, sorry. I mean, I am a good person, I promise. But yeah, opportunities present themselves, Sam. Someone got shot. Luckily, it seems like his life is not on the line here somehow. But yeah, opportunity opens up immediately on the IR. Dude is playing ahead of him. Someone behind him is going to take a step forward, and that seems to be Troy Franklin. So, hey, that's why we're here, right?
All in.
If Josh Reynolds, he and his family want to get in on this too, they should probably get in on it. You can start a GoFundMe, or you can just ladder Troy Franklin.
Pay for the medical bills. I mean, he's practiced with the guy. He knows him.
Yeah. It's almost the shower narrative, but
but better.
Yeah, those are good calls, Connor. That 9-1, 70.
I mean, that's crazy. I want to be clear. I mean, Cedric Tillman and Troy Franklin alt parlays just for generational wealth this weekend. I mean, just get it in.
That sounds like a couple of legs for the Millie parlay.
Oh yeah. Oh, they're in.
Good start.
They have to be.
All right, Connor, what else you got?
Yeah, next one for me is a fun one. I think Slop will actually like this one. I'm going to go with Kenneth Walker, over 63.5 rushing yards and alts. The Bills have been, not great on the ground this year, allowing over 5 yards per carry, allowed 199 to Derrick Henry, 113 to Breece Hall, 96 to Achane, 68 to Travis Etienne on only 11 carries. Success rate metrics are pretty good, but if you kind of look at those, they're allowing the 3rd highest rate of explosive runs, which is like lines up perfectly with Kenneth Walker, who's probably going to run into the line 4 or 5 times and then rip like a, 60-yarder out of nowhere, because that's just who Kenneth Walker is as a runner too. They're 29th in yards allowed before contact, allowing 2 yards before contact. And then Terrell Bernard, who, again, I'm trying to be more of a defensive guy this year, who apparently obviously was a good, I don't know, from my understanding, like a pass defending linebacker, but also was good against the running game. They were allowing only 3 yards per carry when he was in the game on running plays. He's out. The 2 games that he missed this season, they let up, it was the Henry game and the ETN game, where again, Travis Etienne and the Jags were behind the entire game basically, and he still ran for 68 yards on 11 carries. So on top of this, Seahawks without DK Metcalf, probably. So I think they might run potentially a little bit more. Noonan, I know you were interested in carries potentially, which I think is also a good look. I just love the upside here for Kenneth Walker in this matchup. And as long as the Seahawks can keep it close, I think it's a really good spot.
Yeah, I found your thresholds of I like the rushing receiving combo yards too. That number started with a 9 in front of it, which is past your ability for your brain to process overs. When the number starts at the 9, you're out on that quickly. But yeah, I mean, longest. The coaches keep talking about how much they love him in the passing game too, and we've seen kind of consistent usage there too, as scary as that could be sometimes. But yeah, I mean, home run hitting ability. Charbonnet has been kind of left to the side of the road here too. And yeah, Balin Spector, not nearly the linebacker that Terrell Bernard is in there in the middle. So yeah, not great. Slop any KW3 takes?
Over.
Yeah.
So whatever market, over.
Love it.
Yeah, I made a pick 'em slip this week because I think it's a good alpha running back over week, and Kenneth Walker is in that mix. So probably a better way than to shoot your shot on a bunch of binary high number props. See if you can just kind of hit the drum on like a 20-1 pick 'em slip. So that's what we're doing there. But I do have one alpha running back over. We'll get to it a little bit later. But good stuff there. Slop, what do you like? What's next?
All right, so I'm thinking Hunter Henry.
I knew you were going to have a Hunter Henry. I was going to talk to you about it.
Yep, Hunter Henry.
Because you're a big tight end guy since
huge tight end guy.
Around 95, 96?
I'd say probably since middle school.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it could have been before. Who really knows? You know what I mean? It's been a while. But 40-plus yards is fine. But also, I think – you really got to start thinking at some point you got to start thinking receptions on this guy, because right now there are real actual sports books that will let you bet 4+ receptions and it will give you plus 135. I'm trying to find the book that says that. 125 at DraftKings. Yeah, I'm looking at the screen here. It's all nonsense book. So 125, 130, plus 130 at BetMGM, which
basically anywhere. Yeah.
I don't really call that a real book, but plus 130 for 4 receptions that's, come on. I mean, to be honest with you, I wouldn't even take that just because it's a little bit it's a little too easy. You could just do 5.
I feel bad about it.
Saying, this is like sport for all. You know what I mean? You don't want to kick over the tomato cans. You could go 5+ plus 210 at ESPN Bet. That's not losing. He's going to catch 5 balls this week. Drake May, not that bad. All right, not bad.
He's good. Great, he's going to be good, Slop.
And I think he figured out that Hunter Henry will catch the ball if you throw it to him. So that's big. Caught 8 balls last week for 92 yards. That was against the Jags. Jags give up everything. I do get that. That is opponent-based. But guess what? The Jets, he ain't getting balls to receivers. I mean, for one, he don't even have receivers. So there's that. And then 2, they're not going to get open on those Jets corners in that secondary. So it's Hunter Henry, definitely. 5 catches, again, plus 2 and change. That's nonsense. That doesn't even make any sense at all. 8 balls last week. Again, 8 balls. So I don't know. I think we have to stay there. Pat Freiermuth only caught 2 last week. That's the only thing that kind of makes me mad. But then at the same time, he had Russell Wilson throwing balls at him.
That's Russ.
Yeah, and it was a weird game. You all saw what happened. I think the Jets jumped these guys in this game. Their season's over if they lose. So if they come out and they jump them, Hunter Henry shows he's not soft, and we all get paid in the plus 200 variety of bets.
Love it.
I couldn't believe it, to be honest. I'm like, dude, I meant to, before we started the show, I'm like, I got to ask Slop to see if he's got Hunter Henry because it just jumps off the page. 3.5 plus 125, 130. It's bonkers.
For 4.
Yeah, to get to 4.
4. That's one catch a quarter. That's it. I mean, that's just basic math right there, guys.
I think he had 2 in the first 4 plays against the Jags the other day. Like first looks.
I thought it was the first half line.
I thought it was the first half line too.
I
played it. I just put it out there too because it was one of my plays today. Was over 3.5 at plus 125, plus 130. I can bet more on MGM than I can on DraftKings, which sucks. It's probably unique, but
I'm the exact opposite. Like $3 at BetMGM, and then DraftKings will be like 45.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like, so it's like, all right. Well,
I tried to bet this on DraftKings. I can get $14.99 down, which is awesome. So I'm pretty excited about that. But it's plus 125, so like it's like $18.
Yeah, I'm looking at Caesars right now. 5+ plus 230, 6+ plus 500.
So these are bros. They're like broing off the field. So again, like I'm gonna get more like I don't not specifically shower narrative, but these guys they're playing Mario
Shower together.
Yeah, they're just hanging out, right? So like
it's not weird.
Like Hunter Henry was talking about how their off the field chemistry is starting to bleed onto the field.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, guys, what are we doing? These guys are like they're probably like drive to the game together, drive home, get ice cream after.
They're probably hanging out right now, dude.
Totally, they're watching the show, listening. They're like, these guys get
literally.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, Drake May just turned 21. Yeah, it's a light line. So
I think the Jets give it up to the tight end too. Like I don't have.
They're like middle of the pack. They're middle of the pack or so.
I feel like they do.
Yeah,
they should. They should start.
This is great. Jonathan S. Nothing better than guys in showers. Really didn't tight end since high school. This week has told us a lot about these guys. Slop. Yeah. Slop, were you a tight end in high school? I feel like you gave off tight end energy.
No.
In a good way.
I went to a school called Fort Pierce Central, and I tried out when I was a freshman for the football team. It was like a 5A school in Florida. And they were like, yeah, you're going to be receiver. And I was like, all right, I can catch. And then, like, dude, one of the first practices, I'm like, yeah, fuck this, dude. These guys are like D1 guys. They like go over the middle. I'm like, yeah, I'm not. Like, you got to be kidding me, dude. Like, 40-pound linebackers. I'm just a little kid, like about like a $130 soaking wet. Like, yeah, it's like, yeah, I'm not playing football. So, yeah, my football days ended very early on. So, I guess you could say I was a wide receiver. I mean, for like a practice when I was a freshman.
Amazing.
Yeah, you pick up a basketball real quick, Connor. And I was like, all right, when's basketball season start? I'll try and play that.
Oh, you're a hooper too, huh?
Yeah, I could just hang out in the corner and shoot threes. Yeah, I mean, you don't get tackled like hard at all. But also, that was also a school where if I took a shot, I'd get yelled at by the coaches and by the other players. So they were like, nah, you're passing. I was like, all right.
Slop lacking grit. Did not expect that, but
yeah, dude. You go out there, you get hit by something like, yeah, I'm not getting hit by these guys.
I mean, I did. That was where the end of my my football time ended. When you're younger, middle school, not a lot of forward passing. So I was an option quarterback until I took a helmet to the sternum from a really good friend and just couldn't breathe for like a solid 2 minutes, just laying on the sideline going. So yeah, that was my last football season, but I was feisty.
I wasn't ready.
I'm not afraid to keep it. I wasn't afraid to keep it until that happens. Like I'll pump fake you on. I'm like, you think I'm pitching it? I'm going to tuck and run. So,
yeah, I wasn't ready because like to your point, dude, in middle school, like and like when you're little, like they're all kind of small, but like we played when I was a junior or sophomore. We played Fred Taylor's high school, Belglade. Fred Taylor. Played Fred and it was this guy. Kid was 220, and you're just like, who's tackling him? You know what I mean? Like no one did. He went for like 350 and 5 touchdowns on us, dude. Like Riddell Anthony was the quarterback of that team. It was like, this is stupid. But like you don't realize though, like when you show up and you're like, all right, cool, I'm gonna go play, and then you're like, holy shit, dude! Like these dudes are gigantic, and I'm gonna get killed. So yeah, it was tough, man. But it's a tough day for me.
Yeah. That's the thing. You play high level basketball, you go out and play. All of a sudden, that guy, you're like, oh wait, that guy's on the other side, but he's not going to hurt you. You know, he might embarrass you, but he's not going to physically hurt you. So
that's why exactly. Grab a basketball, bro. Grab a basketball. You're probably not going to get hurt that bad. Your pride is going to get stolen from you like immediately because you're not good at all, and like that is very noticeable, like right away. But at least you don't get like killed.
Not going to get killed. Yeah, it's a big deal. So
that helps.
Well, that was my. Well, I have one more, and then we can get funky, I guess. Unless Connor, do you have another thing you wanted to share? Anything else?
No, I'm done. Well, I will have some more unders, but not for the show. So
okay,
join the Discord. Shameless plug. But I got
Discord, guys.
Got a couple other unders popping here. You know what I love, real quick? Jake's NBA unders. I think he's played like 15 plays and like 12 of them have been unders. And it just it warms my heart. So and they're winning. I think we're like 11-4 right now. So it's great. It's great.
Another shameless plug.
Yeah.
Unders. Yeah. For unders too. Like so 2 shameless plugs in there.
Yeah. It was pretty shameless. Yeah, what are we doing here? Okay. This is a good line. I'm going to get this out here to our subscribers. This is, starting to build same game parlays. We can start to find some opportunities here to add some layers and levels to our look. Starting to build out our parlay. But I love this look. You build the same game parlay in here. We just touched on it a little bit, but I'm going to go again, alpha running back. Forgive me. It's not quite at Connor's threshold. I found out again, the number 79, where Connor starts to really get weak in the knees.
Slob, I told this to Noonan. I said, I said in the history of 4-4, I don't think I've bet an over 79. Like, I don't think I've played an over that's like 80.
You just can't do it, huh?
I think I played like a Nico Collins over like 72, 73, just because he's an absolute dog.
He's nasty, yeah.
But in the 80s, I just balk. Like, I don't know.
I won't lie to you, man. I like the
I get it.
40s, 50s, but yeah, I mean, I'll go up there sometimes. Sometimes you got to go up there and just show them that you're not soft.
Yeah, I mean, and you actually want to target a soft team. We'll do that here with the Patriots, who cannot stop the run, and we're going to go with Breece Hall over 73.5 rushing yards. FanDuel has that. There's some 74s basically everywhere else. 74 and a half readily available. But if you have FanDuel, you could snatch that quick 73.5. It's the best number there. It's the one good thing that Todd Downing has done since he took over as the play caller here is he went back to Breece Hall as the absolute alpha dog in this backfield. Since he took over, Hall has the highest rate of carries in the league. He's played the second most snaps. So there's no more Braylon Allen mixing in for like 45% of the share here. There was a game or a second half drive against Jacksonville. And I think this is probably the impetus of Mayo's soft comments. One drive, Jacksonville ran the ball on 16 consecutive plays on New England, just pounded down the field and scored. At a certain point, you got to be like, all right, we know what's coming. Can we stop it? It just is a matter of like will at that point. And just they're not getting it done. And really since week 2, they got off to a decent start, but then when they lost Juwan Bentley in the middle, week 3, Pats have been up the second most rushing yards per game in the league, 156.5. Teams are skewing run heavy against them. 7-point dogs. I think they're going to see a bunch of Breece Hall here. I mean, his carry number is like 18.5. So you're basically telling me he's like barely going to reach 4 yards of carry. He's explosive. So, I mean, longest rush is interesting to me. I'd play this up to 78.5. We can still get in Connor's good side here too. But yeah, I love Breece Hall here. I think he absolutely smashes. Ceiling outcome.
No, I think it's a good look. I think I do agree. I think it's a good look. I have no arguments against it. I mean, like the usage, we played Braylon Allen under last week because of exactly what we were talking about, and I was kind of hoping the usage stuck. The pushback that I got from other people was like, what if that usage doesn't stick? Then you're totally toast. And it did. It stuck. I mean, I think Braylon Allen had like 2 or 3 carries. He's probably going to might see more work this time because they might be up by a lot, but like,
agreed.
I mean, that's with Breece Hall getting like 25 carries. So like, I mean, yeah, he'll have all the opportunity in the world to get over 80 yards, which does happen, as you pointed out to me earlier. So
yeah, which is why Connor's answer was he takes ladders, which is fine. I think Hall to go 100 plus. Let me see what the best number is for that. Let's see. Breece Hall. I love this. Shout out to Gambly. This is a nice little ability to look quickly without having to open up all the books to check this out. So it looks like ESPN has 69.5 for Breece Hall. It's minus 140. That's I don't even think you need to do it, but yeah, it's weird. Breece Hall, 100 plus 275 on ESPN, plus 250 on FanDuel, 125 plus 6-1 on FanDuel. Sexy. You want to get him to go for $150? 13-1 on FanDuel. It's pretty hot. So again, it's a lot of rushing yards, but again, you get an explosive or two in there, and you're cooking. Slap, any thoughts on Breece Hall?
I took Derrick Henry at like 90 plus last week, and it started out kind of not great. It was the Bucs game, and then he just had like a 80-something yard run. And I'll be honest with you, it was electric. It was the greatest moment of my life. So I might be into alpha rushing overs now after that. That was fun because like you knew it could happen. You know what I mean? Like it was not like one of these bombs that like you're praying for it to happen. Like that really could happen. Like Breece Hall could take off for 70 yards. Like that just is definitely in the mix. So you got that, plus you can get there on volume alone. So either way, you're in for a good day.
Yeah, we think through the game scripts too, and you think situations like this where you'd be really surprised if the Pats aren't in a trailing game script in the second half, right? So like even if you start slow, you're not dead. There's still lots of different outs here. And it correlates well with how we think the game plays out in the Hunter Henry leg too, right? Like we think New England's forced to pass and Breece Hall is cooking on the other side. So, all right, let's get weird. Let's get wonky. I made first of all, we can't use Jameis anymore, which sucks. Jameson, or we use Jameis, but we can't use Jameson Williams anymore. Jamo is dead to us. So our new friend just has to be Xavier Worthy until we get until we get Jamo back. So
under 3.5.
I don't think he did it, for the record. I stand with Jameson. Even if he said he did, I don't think he did it.
Yeah.
Innocent until proven guilty. I don't know. What did he get caught with? Like what?
He was just fast. They just thought they saw him run. They're like, dude, you got to pee in a cup. And then he came back, and obviously he probably has more testosterone in his urine than most normal human beings because he can run 70 miles an hour. Like that takes testosterone. You know what I mean? Of course. So I think that's what it was, just a misunderstanding.
It's a simple mix-up. Yeah, It happens to everyone. I mean, just like the Taylor Mathis thing. I mean, who doesn't get caught up in a crypto scam? Who doesn't get caught?
Totally not her fault. She's on Twitter right now saying that she did not do it. So I believe you. I believe you have no idea what you did. I totally believe that. I totally believe that.
I'm crying. That's so good. All right. So I started with the Millie parlay here. I went for most of like the 200s-ish, kind of what we're looking at before. So Breece Hall 100, Hunter Henry 5+ receptions, which is down to plus 200 somehow. Now you sickos in the chat have just been betting it multiple times.
I got it. It's at 230 right now at Caesars. If anyone has that,
that's what I'm building it on. I think it just got bet down while we were like literally I had it in the slip and it was 230, and then it's just like this got a little down arrow thing.
Dude, five. Oh fuck yeah, it did. My bad. Sorry about that. Good call. Carry on.
It's all right. Cedric Tillman 70+, and then Franklin 50+ is plus 270. So we're at like I don't know. I think let's see here, 130-1 right now. So we definitely need a couple more legs, but it's definitely a good start, I'd say.
All right. Okay. So we take out Henry 5+, go 6+ plus 500 because that didn't move. That could happen, dude.
I agree.
You caught 8 last week. You caught 8.
Yeah, that's not plus 500. That's all I'm saying. I don't like. Maybe he doesn't do it, but that's not plus 500. That's crazy.
It moved to plus 425. I don't know what's going on here. This is like,
dude, what's happening?
Well, that brings us to show one. I'm fine.
Hang on. No, I just refreshed Caesars. Maybe like it doesn't just like update. Like I don't know without me touching it.
It doesn't update sometimes on Caesars without you touching it. You put in the slip and then you
sucks.
Yeah.
All right. Maybe we want to go yardage 80+ plus 750 like men.
No. I like the reception.
I'm not a man. I like the reception.
It's like no.
I like the reception.
I do not want to do that. Saying 100 plus is less legs. 100 plus is, I'm sorry, 90 plus 1,000.
I'm gonna leave that to you.
I like our 6 receptions.
4 legs and we get home, guys.
Yeah, that's I kind of agree that we should go bigger money, fewer legs this week. I'm fine with that, but because we tried the 12 leggers.
Yeah, those are tough. One guy gets hurt, you're done. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's not like 6 guys can't get hurt, but I think you know what I'm saying.
They're like easier thresholds to hit, but like, all right, so let's I'll ratchet them all up 1 tier more just to get in like the 400 plus 500 range, and then we probably need like 2 more legs, and then we're already there. Like we'll have like a 6 or 7 legger.
Jesus, quick! That's easy done.
Well, yeah, that's pretty much nothing.
Okay,
What
else
about
you guys Jameis touchdown passes?
Oh yeah. Well, we can get there. Well, here's touchdown passes. For some reason, and they keep doing it, the Las Vegas Raiders took a puppet, Kermit the Frog, shoved their hand up its ass to mock the voice of Patrick Mahomes and said, "I'm a bitch." And they keep doing it. They keep talking about it.
I think it's funny.
But Patrick Mahomes is going to take it. He's like,
I don't think he thinks it's funny.
I don't think he thinks it's funny. I think it's funny. He sounds like he sounds like Kermit the Frog. He's gonna throw for 3 tutties here. I think on FanDuel the best number like plus 360. I don't know what the Caesars number is, but dude is gonna throw for some scores here. So give me 3-1 for Mahomes to throw 3 scores against the Raiders team that is telling him that he's a bitch via Kermit the Frog. I think that he's gonna cook.
Let's see what it's at. Yeah, plus 310 on Caesars. I'm in.
Yeah. All right, hear me out. Mahomes, everyone's saying he's been playing like shit. And I don't know, like he doesn't have the numbers, so it's kind of tough to really defend that. But like he's only thrown 6 touchdown passes all season, but he did have a decent day against the Baltimore Ravens. The same, like he went 291 on them, right? The second highest yardage for the season. The same Ravens that our friend Jameis is playing, and his 3 touchdowns is plus 700.
It's doing both.
I don't think they're running in, dude. I don't think I'm telling you, I think Jameis throws 3 touchdowns this week. Dude, plus 700.
That'd be the first time the Browns topped 20 points all season. So
yes,
we're also asking them to do something, that they haven't done too. So
the Browns, though, he hasn't played. He's only had 1 drive. And you know what that drive ended in?
A touchdown pass.
Classy touchdown. So what I'm saying is if he gets 8 drives, probably getting 8 touchdowns. I mean,
that's just math.
It's math. I mean, we say extrapolate the data out to 8 drives. That would be 8 touchdowns. We only need 3. That's the good
Connor,
news.
What's 8 touchdowns pay?
I was like, you made me 2 legs. I'm like looking, I'm like 8, and I'm like, wait a second.
Goes up to 3, and it's saying plus 700.
I'm on board.
I'm 675 now. One of you assholes in the chat.
Yeah, it's plus 675 now, but now we're up to we're at 10 to win 141 grand. So we're we're already there. We're at 6 legs. So
okay.
All right, and then D-Hop 100 plus. That's not crazy, dude. That's not crazy. Like dude, hear me out. He's been beaten down. You know what I'm saying? That kind of guy, like all that stuff. Juju, right? The ghost of Juju Schuster just showed up and went for 12 catches and 1,000 yards, right?
You didn't even give him Smith Schuster. That's so disrespectful.
Yeah, dude, that guy. He shows up and does that. D-Hop, what if Levis is that bad? Because he is. Do you know what I'm saying? And then also, too, there was Ridley there. There was some play calling stuff. These dudes will probably just scheme up shit for D-Hop. You know what I mean? Like, why not welcome him to Kansas City with a 250-yard, day? We only need 100.
Slop, just you started drinking early today, or what's going on?
You don't watch, bro. Watch. They'll just do it. Explain Juju. You know what I'm saying?
He had been in the system before.
If we're gonna slander Hopkins for being a little dusty, a little bit old, explain Juju like that. There's no explanation for that. And they called Patrick Mahomes a bitch.
I don't disagree with the logic. I'm just worried that he's not going to play a full amount in his first week.
All right, so here's the good news then. We can only go up 90 plus anyways, plus 900. So here, just in case he doesn't get that full workload. I was told last night by a lot of people on Twitter that Puka Nacua might not play a full workload, and he went out there and would look like a Hall of Famer. So these guys do that shit all the time. Like, yeah, he might not play, blah, blah, blah. And the guys out there running routes, just like looking like Jerry Rice. I'm like, yeah, you knew. You guys knew.
I mean, we could do 70 or 80 or
I mean, 90, we could do 900. We could do that. I'm just saying, I don't think it's that ridiculous. I really don't think. He's got Patrick Mahomes, and they called him a bitch. And it's his first game. There's a lot to unpack there.
There's a lot to unpack.
There is a lot to unpack.
I mean, I still want to play the bitch angle. I think that's an important one. We have that captured, I think, 310?
Yeah, plus 310. But
yeah, what's 10 receptions?
10 receptions?
I like 10 Let's go receptions.
Brian is in the chat.
We don't have receptions. They won't even give us alt receptions on Hopkins. I wonder why.
Yeah. Because you figure if he's going to catch 250, he's probably catching 10 balls.
Easily.
Right?
I mean, like I said, let's go 100. We can only go 90.
What about Brock Bowers? We can put Hopkins in there. 90 feels like extremely rich, but I mean, why not? I mean, you know what? Since we're building the $1 million parlay, Brock Bowers, great matchup, has been crushing, ton of targets.
I would say maybe not we have to go yards on him. My bad. The receptions. Brock Bowers is now a 7+ plus 106 guy. Holy shit!
Wow,
he's
only 59 yards.
Yeah, Chiefs have been giving it up to tight ends too.
Yeah, that's the thing. So that's the angle. So then Brock Bowers, Hopkins going off. So walk with me here. He's going off. Like this guy's looking like prime D-Hop. The Raiders got to throw to get back in. Bowers probably gets you 90 in a situation like that, plus 310.
He's done it 2 of the last 3 games.
Mm-hmm. Well, then 100. You're right. I like where your head's at. Go 100 for plus 700, or 110 for plus 700, or 100 for plus 460. But it's all deadly.
Yeah, I think we're there. By the way, if we keep the Hopkins leg in here, I mean we're at 10 to win 1.
Watch, man. Watch what happens, dude. He was an ex-alpha receiver, and he's been treated like he's literally like a walk-on at like a junior college. He's been treated like for a couple years. You know what I mean? Like he has Patrick Mahomes throwing him footballs. They don't even have a receiver, and the other team called Patrick Mahomes a bitch. There is no chance that this guy leaves there with less than $170. Probably that's if he gets hurt in the first half.
That's true. It might be a second half line.
He plays the whole game. Watch out, Flipper Anderson, or whoever has the record for receiving yards in a day.
I mean, I think didn't T.O. catch like 22 balls or 20 balls or something in the game once?
Brandon Marshall did too.
Yep, he had like 21.
Mm-hmm. I was playing against him in fantasy that day. and I was trying to veto a trade that involved him saying that the Marshall wasn't that good to give up that much for. And not only did that happen, but he also caught 20 balls against me literally the next week. That was fun. Good times.
I'm sure your friends have let you forget about that.
Oh, yeah. I don't even take their calls anymore. It's like, we can't talk anymore. Stop bringing it up, We all know what happened.
There are a couple other tight ends that I thought were interesting that maybe have ceiling outcomes. And I, again, know you're a big tight end guy, Slop. Did you look at Cade Otton at all?
Yeah, everyone's going to see him coming. I had him last week, and that was fun because you know how Twitter, how everyone's really nice and all. Like if your guy doesn't have, if he doesn't hit in the first drive, then like the play sucked. And dude, so everybody's killing me, and I'm just like, dude, we didn't even play him because we thought he was going to go off further. We played him because we thought the Bucs were going to play from behind, and they were going to have to throw to get back into it. So it's just setting up perfect, right? Just perfect. And then, like, guys are getting hurt, which, I mean, I didn't want that to happen, but if that happens, whatever, what are you going to do? And then, sure enough, dude, he caught, like, 15 balls in the fourth quarter on the last drive. And we're like, this is just amazing. It was awesome. But the one thing I will say we had going for us was that he had Godwin, he had like other people. So like, what are they going to do? Like, I would almost say you don't fade him. You just don't really play his alts and then see what Trey Palmer comes out at. I bet you he is pumped.
We were trying to ride the Jalen McMillan train last week for like 25 plus dudes out there like running wind sprints for us, and then like just
8 targets.
Yeah,
he turned into 15 yards. I'm pretty confident that Noonan's child that is 3 years old could do better than that.
Yeah, that's
bad. That is
good hands.
It's just that the problem is not having guys to throw to. I think hurts Otten, and then like also that number he put up last week was like 8 for 100, right? Like he had like 2 for like nothing for most of the game. You know what I mean? And all of a sudden he has that. So it was definitely indicative of a team that was just selling out and throwing the ball. But what's his number? I mean, I'm not out of it, but I don't have his number in front of me.
4.5 receptions is like minus 105 or something like that.
Yeah, I'm out. I heard minus. It's 4.5. Like,
I'm just that's the regular prop. I didn't look at the.
Yeah, no, he's a to me. He's a 4 plus 110. I'll bet my house like responsibly.
Okay. The other one would be again. We'll go back to banging on the Jags. I can't wrap my brain around what keeps happening with Croft and how he just has this like ability to break big plays, like he's a wide receiver 1, like he's running a 4-2-5 or something. But this guy's like a yak machine. So I don't know, 50 plus yards against the Jags here for Kraft, or I don't know. I think that could be interesting. I think he's like 3.5 is his binary reception prop, but like 5+ or some yards against a pretty bad Jags D, I think it's pretty interesting.
I wish they didn't have like a lot of people to throw to. That's my only problem with I want to play him. Like I try to talk myself into him, and it's just like every time I turn around, it's like the Wicks kid's gonna play, the Dobbs guy's playing, Jaden Reed, Watson's out there running around. You know what I mean? It's like what the fuck? Like, dude, just like 2 of those guys sit, and we'll take Croft to get 8 catches. You know what I mean? And dude, I think Love throws for like 300 yards too. So like he could support a multitude of receivers, but I don't know.
Yeah, that's the thing with them is there's so many outs, right? Yeah.
Those are the ones where you go to yards, but look at Love's yards. It's like you get almost nothing for 300 now. Like he's like 260, 270, somewhere in there. So yeah, that kind of made me mad when I was looking. So that was like game that I had like circled. I was like, let's just take everybody, and then all the numbers came on. You're like, this doesn't add up.
Yeah,
it's like
uncorrelate one of the receivers.
The Dolphin stuff. I'm like, this is like they just set it back to normal. Like there's no discount. Like for the guy dying nearly on the field, now he's just back and everyone's fine. No worries. Like I'm sure he'll just play exactly like he did in his best season. Tyreek props 83 yards. Like it's just zero value. It's terrible.
No, it's just gone. I don't know. DeAndre Hopkins says he hasn't played meaningful football in a couple years. Just saying, that's a dude who's ready to go for. Yeah, he might play against the Raiders Sunday. They're doing all that shit, dude. They're setting us up, dude. I'm telling you.
All right, so just recap right here. We're currently at $7.50 to win 1.05 million. We're at Cedric Tillman 80+, Jameis 3+ touchdowns, Hunter Henry 6+ receptions, Breece Hall 120+ rushing yards, Mahomes 3 passing touchdowns, Brock Bowers 100, Hopkins 80. So I mean, we're kind of expecting. You want 90?
No, I'm just kidding.
I put 80.
I think we're good. I think we're good.
I think we're okay. Like we don't need to, if he ended up with like 84 yards, that was our last leg, and we needed 90, I would probably cry a little bit.
All I'm saying is he's wearing number 8, inspired by Kobe Bryant. Just saying, we're talking Kobe here now.
Oh my gosh! I mean, I need to bet more of this. I think
we're talking Kobe.
I think the last. Oh no, that was it. That was all the legs. I think
they're gonna pretend like he doesn't know the playbook. They're gonna do that next. That's the next thing. He has to learn. And then you watch that Amari Cooper clip where the guy literally has to tell him where to go, and he runs, he catches a touchdown. And you're like, come on, dude. Just throw him the damn ball.
Oh man,
gosh,
so good.
All right, well, I ripped that. That's great. $7 to win $1 million. I mean, this is the week, fellas. This is the week that we come back, buy some yachts.
Yeah,
a jet ski and a monkey, and I'll see what I have left over after that.
Sacks got home last week, gave 2 sacks out. I gave 3 sacks out in the week, and we hit all of them. It's nice. Too easy. It's just too easy. We'll do it again real quick. Trey Hendrickson gets home against the Eagles, transition at defensive end for the Bengals. Minus 125 for over a quarter of a sack. Doesn't even need a full sack. You can share a sack with a buddy. It still cashes for you. We don't have a Alex Highsmith line for Monday Night Football yet. Steelers defensive end against Daniel Jones and the backup offensive tackles that they're running out. They might be on like tackles 4 and 5. It could be pretty ugly. You can get TJ Watt, but you're going to pay through the nose for it. Highsmith, 80% TJ Watt is really, really good. You'll get a nice number on him when that pops. And then the last one, probably a little juicy, but with what we have going on still in New Orleans with Spencer Rattler, we're going to lay a little bit of juice with Khalil Mack over a quarter of a sack. That's on DraftKings. I'd pay a full half sack price for Khalil Mack. Probably a better number than the minus 130 on DK there. So those are 3 sacks. Those guys are all getting home. That's it.
Love it.
Chiefs receiver Sunday. Xavier Worthy, Justin Watson, Mecole Hardman, your boy Connor, and DeAndre.
I hate
those are the receivers. That's who's running. That's it.
I legitimately have a vendetta against him, but I
know you hate that guy.
It started because of the AFC Championship game, and he had 4 deep targets. We had all the alts, and he didn't catch a single one. And then he wins the Super Bowl. So the audacity, what?
Yeah, he should have given back his ring.
Doesn't respect coin at all. But then we won it all back week 1, as Brian mentioned. Hardman unders, did not run a single route, just played special teams as we talked about. So that was epic. So won it all back and some, but still, fuck that guy. He sucks.
He does suck.
Yeah, I did play Xavier Worthy unders too. So I might play Worthy unders, Hopkins overs. I don't know how you've bought me into this, but I'm all in now too. So here we are.
Number 8, dude, Kobe.
Yeah.
This Colorado Kobe too. No. Yeah. Wait, which one was first? 8
that was called. Yeah, no, 8 was first. 8 was Colorado.
I'm saying he's out for blood.
He had a little bit of a little extra in him.
Just saying.
Yeah. Who do I dislike more, Mecole Hardman or Justin Fields? Definitely Mecole Hardman. I don't dislike Justin Fields. I hate the people who love Justin Fields. That's what I would say. That's who I dislike. Is the Fields fans. It's the most annoying group of
people that look up to him.
You like Justin Fields?
Dude, I think he's a good dude. Did you see the quote about how he should have played better when he got benched? That's just stand up. He's a kid. That was a lot of maturity. Guy.
Yeah. I heard nothing bad about him in Chicago either. When he was out and about, I heard nothing bad. I heard he was a nice guy. And you came up to him, he was nice,
Yeah.
So
Connor hates good people. It's weird.
Come on.
Nick, no Tim Patrick with Jameson out. Khalif Raymond's in the mix there too.
I just don't know if I don't know what the volume is going to be like. That's the issue.
Yeah, that's what scares me about that too.
Yeah. Also, I saw this, Brian, Tyree questionable with foot injury, DNP today. I saw that he's just questionable now. I don't know. Waddle is good to go.
What's up?
He'll probably be fine, but what are Jalen Waddle props? 40s or 60s?
90-yard run. It's all right, well, so much for that bad foot.
Yeah,
they kill me with the injury report. I'm so jaded with the injury. They're playing each other with that. They nothing wrong with the guy at all. Yeah, he didn't. But he probably showed up as he didn't want to practice and we'll put you on. What's bothering you? Your knee? All right, yeah, your knee's hurt. Okay, cool. Your knee. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, I don't think there's any truth to the injury report. I truly believe that. It's all lies, dude.
110 plus 950 on DraftKings for Waddle. Just that's a better price than the 125 on FanDuel.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah. So just a thought. You hate to see a Friday DNP after practicing all week. But yeah, what's his numbers? He's mid 50s or so.
51. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Not not super interesting. I mean, Sean Murphy-Bunting out for the Cardinals as well. It's a pretty rough defense already, and he's one of their better corners. So to track that news. So it might not have room for. I'll have to maybe bump down Hopkins to, I don't know, 70 yards, 7 catches. I don't know. I'm just saying, we needed to. We could do that.
I'm waiting for the 100 to drop. Yeah. I'm not even betting the 90 because they're going to give us 100 at like 1,300. Watch.
I mean, we're locked in. We don't even need it. I'm going to rip a bunch of other random parlays anyway, so we're good to go. Now I'm going to just play them and everything, and we'll figure it out from there. We're going to get rich this weekend.
I'm telling, dude, it's going to happen, bro.
Awesome.
All right, that wraps us up a little bit longer. You guys are awesome. Appreciate you hanging out with us, even though you move lines on us. It is move the line. That's what you're supposed to do. Come here, watch move the line, and move the line, even though we're trying to push out the Millie parlay. But that's okay. Hey, that's why we're here. So, again, take advantage of the rebet deal. Reach out to us if you have questions. Download Rebet. Use promo code HighSlop. You're going to get a free month of High Slop's Dub Club and a free month at 4 for 4 by just buying $10 Rebet cash, which you can then use to play the plays that we give you on 4 for 4 in the Dub Club. So, I mean, it is like, dude, it's free.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's just bonkers, man. Come on, take advantage of that deal. It's nuts. If you want to lock in the rest of your year at 4 for 4, promo code TIPOFF will get you 50% off of that as well. But just try us both out for a month. Get the slop deal. Get in the Dub Club. Join us in Discord. Again, everything that we do at 4 for 4 is covered in this too, right? So you're going to get NBA bets. You're going to get fantasy content still for your fantasy leagues. We'll cover lots of stuff down the stretch. You're playing DFS, all that is covered. So check it out. Again, reach out if you have any questions. Subscribe before you take off. We appreciate everyone hanging out. Shout out Chris Allen in the chat. Chris is the man. I appreciate all of you rolling and hanging out with us today. For Slop and Connor, I'm Ryan. We'll see you all next time. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah.